What's going on, guys? I'm going to do a review today on the Apple Smart Battery Case for the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6s. They sell this only for the regular 6 and 6s model, not the 6 Plus, not the 6s Plus. The reason why I'm doing this review is because I just bought this about 2 weeks ago, and there's not a lot of videos out of average consumers, average people actually reviewing and giving their opinion on the case. If you go online, you'll see a bunch of your famous YouTubers doing reviews, and most of them are bashing the case. Actually bash the hump, bash the material choice, say it's very un-Apple-like. And I decided I want to go ahead and just give my opinion on this in the 2 weeks that I've used it. I've actually have it on my phone right here. I've got the regular gold model 16 gigabyte. But as you can see immediately, there's the hump right off the side. Okay. So this is what everybody tends to bash, and this is what everybody's giving Apple a lot of flack for. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't mind it. I really don't mind the hump on the phone. And I'm going to tell you why. I'll give you a couple of reasons why I really dig the case and why. I don't know why people are hating on it so much because of the hump. Because you buy a battery case, and not for looks, you buy a battery case for functionality. You buy a case like this for something that's going to get you through the day, something that's going to give you that extra battery life, something that's going to give you that extra juice if you're a power user, if you do or take a lot of pictures, videos, whatever you do, you're going to buy a battery case if you know your phone's not lasting as long as you'd like it to last. And yes, there's a lot of cases out there like Mophie and Anker and this and that, or external battery packs, which I have. I've got a couple. That can help you or can do the job just fine. But if you just want to put something on and just go about your day, usually you're going to want to get a battery pack. You don't want to deal with cables like an external battery pack. And I usually carry around a 20,000 milliamp external battery pack from Anker. I used to carry a 10,000 milliamp. And since I bought the case, I haven't really used it. I haven't used it at all. That's like my backup for when this dies. Now, what I like about the case, easy to put on, easy to take off. If you can see right here, this part provides an easy function or an easy way to just slide back and then pull the phone on and off. You just, boom, see? And that's it. Case comes off. There it is. A lot of these other battery cases like Mophie and things like that are a two-part. You either got to disconnect the bottom or disconnect the top. Now those cases have a button. Usually turn it on, turn it off. This case, no button. You put it on once it's charged and your phone is charging. The way it works is battery case uses battery first, then phone. So assuming both are 100%, this guy is what's powering your phone until it dies. Then this guy starts using its battery. And what I love about that is you use this first and you get annoyed or you don't want it anymore, you take this off, you still have this. Sure, a lot of people are going to say, well, you don't have to turn on your battery pack if you don't want to turn on your battery pack. This, and what Apple chose to do, just eliminates that. You don't have to think about it. Just put it on and just use it. Okay? Now, I'm getting about, I would say about 15 hours to 18 hours off of the battery pack, and then my normal usage off the phone. And I'm seeing a total about anywhere from 28 to, let's say, 35 to 38 hours of total usage that the phone's been on. Android users will call it standby time and everything like that, with probably anywhere between 9 to like 15 hours of screen on time. iOS is very good with battery life. So I'm getting a lot of screen on time. And I don't think I've actually taken the battery case off except for this review right here. I usually keep it on. I like that this portion right here gives you a natural place to put your actual, your finger to rest it when you're doing phone calls. And when you're actually using the phone or like YouTubing or gaming or something like that, I actually tend to rest my fingers right here or put my fingers above the lip. So honestly, I think that the hump actually provides actual comfort and actually provides functional use. Putting it on and off is extremely easy. You're not wasting time with two parts. You're simply putting the connector with the bottom. Once you do that, and you just pull back the top actually, I don't know if you guys can see that, you pull back the top, and you're sliding your phone in, okay? And then you're just simply pushing it into place, and that's it. Phone's in place, and you just pop the top back on. And as you can see right there, it showed me 2 battery stats. You probably guys didn't get that at the beginning of it, but what it's basically going to show you is how much battery your case has left. In this case it's 0 because I just actually finished using it up, and what your phone is still at, in this case 100%. So anytime you want to see how your case is doing, you pull down the notification shade, and Apple has that smart information right there for you. All these other typical battery cases just have LED lights. You know, one light, maybe 25%, 2, 50, 75. You know, you can guesstimate, but you're never going to know for sure. Here you pull down the notification tray, you go to your Today tab, you can mess around with the widgets, and you're going to see how much battery percentage each has. Now, if your battery case has any percentage left on it, your phone's always going to say 100%. Usually always going to say 100%. Okay? And it's going to always show at the top that it's connected and charging. And that stays that way. I kind of wish that it would change and show what the battery percentage on the case was first, and then transition over to what the phone battery is. It doesn't, but I can live without it. That's just a little, you know, probably a little nitpick that I wish it did. You've got the speaker grill at the bottom and the mic hole. Now the cool thing about the speaker grill at the bottom is it does project it towards you. So before it would push it down and people would tend to cover it with their hand. Now I think it actually improves the speaker quality, because when you're using the phone and you're using it this way, that volume is coming towards you. It's very hard to actually decide to put your finger right there and cover it up. And you'll know because, you know, the volume actually reduces significantly. But when that's not happening, it's coming right at you. I think it improves the quality, and it's a little touch that makes it much more enjoyable compared to other battery cases. Other than that, I mean, the material, that silicone, it's not the same silicone as the same silicone battery case that you buy for Apple. I think it's like $39 or $49. This one's a little different. It is a little slipperier. It's a little harder to hold or get used to holding. A lot of times when the phone is laying down on the table, especially if you have it this way and you gotta like kind of pinch to lift it up, your fingers do tend to slip. If it's on its back, it's easier to pick up because of how the battery kind of sits in between and creates this little edge. So it's easier to pick up if it's on its back, not so much if it's on laying flat down like this. But that's just something you get used to. A lot of reviewers say, or a lot of people that I've read on Reddit and whatnot talking about the battery case, say that it picks up a lot of lint and things in your pocket. It doesn't do as much of that as I've read from my experience. I've got the white case, so I'm gonna let you guys know how that holds up over time. In the 2 weeks that I've had it, I don't really have any smudges. I don't really have anything on it that's gonna lead me to believe that this is gonna like lose its quality or lose that white kind of shine to it over time. But it is white, so white things tend to get dirty more often than not. But it's just like anything else. You take care of your things, or you're more attentive towards your things, and probably not going to be a big deal. Pulling in and taking it in and out of my pocket hasn't really been an issue. Like I said, the only thing that I have to get used to, or it took me a while to get used to, is the grip. See, if I just kind of like let my hand loose a little bit, it does slide because it is that silicone material. But other than that, provides a good natural place to rest your finger. It has improved my battery life. I haven't worried about my battery life at all throughout a full day. Right now my phone's at 100%. I have to go to work in a few hours, and this is going to last me probably another 12-hour or so shift at 100%. And if I do plug it in and charge it, it's going to charge both things at once. That's probably my favorite feature of the battery case. Okay, you don't have to worry about battery case gets charged first, then phone, or phone, then battery case. If both are plugged in at the same time, if you have your phone and your case installed, you plug it in to charge with a lightning port, a lightning cable, it's going to charge both things at once. The phone tends to charge a little faster than the battery case, even though the phone's battery is bigger than the battery case. I don't know why that is, but both are going to be charged at the same time. And when they're charging, if you press the home button, you're going to see the charge level of both, especially if you go down and pull down your notification tray. You're going to see both of those things. I would say both phone and case probably charge up probably in 2 hours, It doesn't take that long, and you're good to go. If I go through my battery setting, I wanted to see if I could show you guys. So right here at the bottom, I don't know if you guys can see that, it shows standby and usage. So that's standby and usage off of just the battery case before it died on me. So my phone's at 100%, and I'm showing usage of 6 hours and 32 minutes with standby of 14 hours and 21 minutes. Okay, so that's with some streaming of baseball, YouTube, some Twitter, things like that. 14 hours, 21 minutes. You guys know what to expect with your normal battery life. Everybody's different, but you can expect a solid, I'd say, like mine is showing 14 hours and 21 minutes of standby, 6 hours and 32 minutes of usage. I typically get anywhere from 12 to 16 and a half hours of standby time with the battery case, and it's great. It's $100. It's pricey. Anchor and others have cheaper options. Honestly, it was a little bit hard at first to go ahead and swallow the $99 price tag, but I was curious to see how I felt about the case, given that so many people bashed it, so many people gave Tim Cook and Apple complete shit over the hump. Yes, the hump is there, but how often do you buy a battery case? A battery case, not a regular case, not a Spigen, not something else that you tend to put on your phone because it looks good, but how many people buy a battery case because they want to make their phone look better? People buy battery cases for functionality. How can it improve my phone in terms of the battery department? And this, I think it has about 1,500 milliamps or something around there. It's about 80% extra. Does that, and it does that fine. It gives you some awesome features, things you don't have to worry about. You put your battery in, charge it up, and that's it. It's just part of your phone. You don't have to worry about charging one or charging the other. And if you do want to go that route, easy to pop in, easy to pop out. Take out your case, use your phone as you normally would, charge the case separately. I haven't done that. I consider this my phone. This is it, all one. And I don't really have an issue. It is a little heavier. It's not that much heavier than any other battery case. You will notice the difference at first, but then you get used to it, and it kind of gives you a good weight in your hand. Again, I keep tending to put my finger right there because that's just where it feels natural. The phone without the case is very light. I think a lot of people would agree. This is the regular 6S model, not the Plus. So the battery case gives it a nice heft. Other than that, I really have nothing else I don't think I can talk about. If you guys have any questions, any comments, I'd love to go ahead and look into things for you. I really wanted to give you the opinion of some normal person who decided to just go buy a battery case and slap it on their phone and tell you how it was. I was getting annoyed at all the bad reviews, all the bad press, but I don't think Apple's been getting enough credit for what it does compared to other companies. If you want something that's going to give you a lot more battery power for a great price point, then you're going to want to go to Anchor, maybe Mophie, even though they're still go $80, $70, and they have different models. All those other cases do create a bigger hump. It's just not as obvious because it doesn't sit in the middle of the phone. Those go all the way across. It looks like one big piece. It does make it thicker, and I think it's almost thicker than the bump at its thickest point. Keep that in mind. You're also going to have to deal with taking a piece out and putting a piece back on. When you're just trying to do things quickly and keep it moving, those are things that kind of make you slow down a little bit. This not so much, because this slides off the top fairly easy and the phone just slides back into place, and that's it. So you guys keep that in mind. This is the white. It's held up pretty well. It's been great for me. It's allowed me to get through my day and some. Like I said, I'm averaging anywhere from 28 to 35, 36 hours between phone and battery case combined. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I can certainly look into things for you. And yeah, guys, that's it. That's your average consumer review of the Apple Smart Battery Case. And this works for the iPhone 6 and 6S. All right, guys? Thanks for watching.